What is going on, NTK? Death Star 13 here, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. I have been waiting to do a video for a long time because I didn't want to keep pumping out the same videos over and over without having much diversity within the content I create, which would have just basically been a bunch of Persona videos and maybe some Minecraft videos I was planning on making. And when Black Ops 4 was announced, I had just gone out of freshman year of college, and I was saying to myself, well, they're going to announce a new Battlefield game soon, because I was going to make a video about Black Ops 4. Well, a week later, they announced Battlefield 5, and then they had the reveal event for that. And I realized, okay, well, maybe I can make a video about, the comparison between Battlefield and Call of Duty. But then I also remembered that they're coming out with Red Dead Redemption, and then there came along Fallout 76, which is completely unexpected for me. So what started out as just a little Call of Duty Black Ops 4, my opinions and stuff on. It's kind of divulged into, I want to make a few videos about this year of gaming just because I feel like this year is going to bring back a lot of gamers. That sounds stupid, I know, but I know a lot of people, that have basically stopped gaming, and there's just nothing that intrigues them. But with the new Battlefield 5 game coming out, with Red Dead Redemption 2, a new Fallout game, a Call of Duty that will very much entertain people who do not like any of those types of games, save for Battlefield. This will be a great year for gaming, in my opinion. Whether you like the options given to you or not, it's going to definitely be a very much open-ended year. But I was going to record Call of Duty World War 2 episode, where I was going to do Mission 2 on Veteran, and I kind of got to thinking about the campaign. I haven't done the second mission, I've only done the first in World War II, but I wanted to actually do a bit of an analysis on Call of Duty campaigns, and at first I was just going to be, a simple, they're cutting campaign from Black Ops 4, but on YouTube, I had, gone back, I felt a bit nostalgic today, gone back and I saw a bunch of old videos I used to watch where, it was like, can you save Ghost in Modern Warfare 2, can you, kill Shepard early, stuff like that. Obviously, there was no way to, but it was in the some analysis, like Ghost isn't really dead. The flames were only on your screen. There was nothing to the left side, and he was shot in the lower left hand of his upper body, but not anywhere that would have hit a major artery. Things like that. It's like absolutely ridiculous. Like, no, the character's dead. I'm sorry to tell you, but I started looking at the suggested videos, and there was one video by a YouTuber. General Kid with 2Ds, he's done a lot of Halo things. And it's Modern Warfare 2, what happens if you don't protect the Washington Monument. I'll leave a link in the description. It gave me chills, because it's not just, what's gonna happen, the Washington Monument, you don't protect it, what's gonna happen, ooh, and then it turns out nothing. It's actually, you can feel the love that Infinity War had for the game, because what happens if you don't protect it within the game files, it was never apparently in the actual game itself, was you just hear this digression of, like, confidence and an increase in just panic and worry and absolute defeat in the voice of the man on the radio who was giving basically status on the integrity of the evac site that is Washington Monument in Modern Warfare 2. It feels real. As stupid as that sounds, it sounds, you can, like, almost put yourself in the position of somebody listening to this on the radio at home, and you're helpless. There's nothing you can do. And I have not felt that in a long time. Now, again, I was going to start recording a new veteran mission episode for World War II, but I want to do this first because I got to thinking, there was so much love in Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and Modern Warfare 3 admittedly, even in Black Ops 1, and just other campaigns before that, there was so much meaning, and the immersion was beyond what we feel nowadays, in my opinion. And also, obviously, this should go without saying, this is all my opinion on what I'm about to say, but that love for the campaign, it's not there. And I'm ignoring the fact there's no campaign in Black Ops 4. That's so disrespectful, in my own opinion, disrespectful to the players in the community, and it's awful, in my own opinion. They are ignoring an art. And as stupid as that sounds, I know, but campaigns have never just been a story you play and you're done with, for me personally. Campaigns in Call of Duty have always been what puts it above the competition for Battlefield to me. People always, not always, but they would ask me, hey, whenever they said Battlefield or Call of Duty, which one are you? I would always go Call of Duty, and I would always get BS from it, because it just happens that a bunch of the people I know, they very much so prefer Battlefield, and admittedly, I don't blame them, and I have a story for you later in the video, but, I see their point, and I understand why. It's just the only thing that Call of Duty has of a Battlefield, in my opinion, is the campaign. You think back to, if you've ever played these games, when was the first time you played Black Ops 1? Can you put yourself in the shoes of when you played the campaign the first time? If you played the campaign, first of all, which I'm actually assuming you did, because a very large portion of the player base played campaign back then. You felt like you knew Alex Mason. You understood the struggles and bonding and friendship of Frank Woods and him. You saw the viewpoint of Hudson without actually being told. Like, you could see, he's just trying to do what's best for the U.S. government. He's interrogating you and trying to break through to you to get you understanding what's happening to you. To put together the story that was in shambles. It was love. Treyarch put love in the Black Ops. It's what put it above the rest. And of course, the multiplayer was great. Zombies was great. But if you want to go back even further, World at War. I know it's a World War II video game, and a lot of the stories are, usually whatever. It's almost copy-paste, just with different kind of war stories told from different viewpoints in the war. But World at War, it would really put everything into perspective. The whole global conflict was put on a simple platform for you to divulge yourself in and just lose yourself to the stories. Lose yourself to the struggles, to how they survived this awful conflict. You go up to Black Ops 2. Admittedly, there was a little less, characters are less memorable and all that, but nonetheless, you could tell they wanted to really give you control over the campaign because you had the different endings, and that shows a lot, in my opinion, about who made that game. Treyarch. They spent so long trying to make sure your campaign experience was your experience, that what you did was how you would do it. And things like that. You could figure out things on your own, like, are you going to kill Mason or not? Did you shoot him in the leg because you were, not really trusting that was really Menendez? Menendez, nonetheless, he was brought back, and yeah, okay, it was a bit of a cop-out, but nonetheless, it worked. In my opinion, at least. It gave the story meaning. Modern Warfare 1, alright? Modern day warfare, absolute, true to an experience, at least what I would imagine. I've never served, clearly, but it felt like it almost felt like you could go to somebody and talk about the feelings of war after playing that game. Obviously, that doesn't really sound all that great and smart to do, but I hope you know what I mean. In that Modern Warfare 1, it just, after playing it, you sit there and you feel I felt a weight on me. Like, you could just feel the loss. Everything that happened. The mission, especially. The 15-second, or however long, minute-long mission where the nuclear bomb went off in the background. You're just sitting there crawling, bleeding out until you die. The heaviness of everything. It just fell on you. And you felt like you've experienced, not war, because I understand there's nothing that could ever compare to that, but you related to it. You related to the story, and it left you satisfied. Maybe not happy, but it left you satisfied. Modern Warfare 2, heyday. Heyday of Call of Duty. I'd never liked the multiplayer, okay? I know that's... how could you not... how could you call yourself a Call of Duty fan and not like Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer? I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. But the Modern Warfare 2 story was unlike any other to me. It was an alternate reality of absolute just bitterness, darkness, depression, fighting against a tyranny, very much like a world war. It felt real. It really made you just look at how you thought of Modern Warfare 1, and it did what Black Ops 2 did, where it brought back old characters, but did even better, because Modern Warfare 2 had all the characters you love. Soap that you played as, Price, you had Makarov, you had, even to an extent, I believe Yuri was in Modern Warfare 2, he might have just been in Modern Warfare 3, I don't really remember, but Modern Warfare 3 even? Okay, now we're getting a little lazy on the writing, I think. It was just more, bigger, badder events throughout the world until the end where you end up killing Makarov. But it still felt like there was some aspect of love. Even at the end, if you stay after credits like I did, because I was, you know, if I was going to complete a campaign, I'm going to complete a campaign and its credits. Thank you very much. I'm not going to pay attention to names, no offense, but I'm going to also watch the credits. And they had the picture of Operation Kingfish. And you had Sandman, you had Ghost, you had Soap, you had Price, you had all the gang that you knew and loved and you got to know over the course. And almost all of them except for Price basically are dead by the end. But you could tell they cared. And then we got to Black Ops 3. Or, you know what? We'll even go before that. We got to Ghost. Ghost had a good campaign. I liked it. It was a different twist on the Modern Warfare-esque style where it's set in modern day and you're fighting against, you know, instead of like a tyranny or a regime or, you know, a big corporation of foreign military, I suppose, in essence. It was more like your Secret Service almost, best way to compare it, and your Spec Ops, and you go around and you do these on-the-table things, but it got lazy because it got personal. And that's my issue with Ghosts. No, I love the multiplayer Ghosts. I know. I love Modern Warfare 2. I mean, I did not like Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, but I love Ghost multiplayer. How can I come as a Call of Duty fan? I'm sorry. Alright, I can. I'm sure some people out there understand what I'm saying. But the campaign felt lazier, and that's the point where I started to make a mental note of something's changed. It's no longer that gritty, barren wasteland of war where your buddy in the trench is fighting with you side by side, and you're fighting for them and country, or, you know, them. Just to keep them alive. Even if they're just an AI, you're fighting for that AI. You're fighting for the civilians in its virtual country, in its virtual form of America. And now it felt like, it's a family problem. You killed your dad. Sorry, but, oh well, you know? It felt lazier. Like, anyone could write a simple Family Feud gone Secret Service wrong, you know? It just didn't feel the same. Then we got to Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare had a good campaign, but now you're really getting to the point, and all due respect, I like Sledgehammer Games, alright? I do like them as a company. But you're just at the point now where it's almost like, it's generic. You have the American, you know, not American, but you have a private military corporation, Atlas, and they go around guns for hire, essentially. They're not good, not bad, they're in the middle, which was okay, you know, it's a good idea, but it just kind of, I don't know. Like, oh, big twist. The good guy's a bad guy. Kind of saw that coming. If you didn't, that's understandable. But you can see it coming if you pay attention enough. The ending is like, really? You put the robotic arm that he gave you was what killed him in the end? It's not. You know, you go back to Modern Warfare 2, Shepard. It's not like his training you ended up killing. No, it was just you took a throwing knife, get him in the eye, dead. It was real. It felt like something that could happen. This is like, he gave you a metal arm, and the thing that happened to kill him was you cutting off the metal arm. It just, I don't know. It didn't feel the same. We got to Black Ops 3, and that's when it really, I said, okay, this isn't right. This isn't the same Call of Duty I know and love. The warning signs were in Ghosts. Advanced Warfare kind of confirmed some of those, unless if it's the other way around. I don't remember really what came first, Ghosts or Advanced Warfare. I know both of them show basically a similar, lazy writing with the poor characters and the storyline that's just easy and predictable. I mean, albeit the ending of Ghosts where Logan gets taken away. Excuse me. Logan gets taken away to basically be brainwashed by, was it Rorik or the main bad guy's own military? Like, that really set up for a good second one, and that could have some original writing, admittedly. Brother versus brother, literally, you know. Almost like Civil War feeling of everyone that loved each other is now fighting against each other for reasons that they both believe in really to heart. But now it's Black Ops 3, and admittedly, yes, I understand. I played the campaign on realistic. Took me 2 weeks. I love it. I'm the only person I know who did it. I'm not trying to, you know, talk myself up or anything. I don't want to sound like that. But I love that campaign for the gameplay, for the mechanics, for being able to pick different abilities. The story was, really? You know? It's a virus all this time. The ending's confusing. You're thrown into like this purgatory. I'm sure somebody could possibly right now watching this video end up writing comments explaining it all. And I understand. I've seen the videos. I know you're TlDr in your brain because it's under so much stress from being killed on your deathbed. Is swapping out people you know with TlDr's team, and it's taking his memories because it's Corvus and it's the virus, and Tyler's the one that's in love with Kane. I get all that, but it's still, you can make any story and then go back, throw in a couple, change the idea behind it from, you know, you're going through all this to, well, your brain thinks going through all this, but we're throwing a little hints to show you it's not you, but someone else, and throwing a reason. Anyone, like, I know not, like, that's good writing, and not anyone can do that, but if you sit long enough, you'll be able, anyone come up with a story as simple as that, and it's sad, because the characters, again, they're not memorable, they're not there, something's missing. It's that feeling you get, you know. I remember Modern Warfare 3, did I mention Modern Warfare 3? I don't think I did. Modern Warfare 3 was good, but it's actually, I didn't mention Modern Warfare 3, but it's just, again, it felt good, it felt real, but it was a bit less, it got personal again. I know I'm stuttering a lot, and I really should be scripting this out before I say it, but I have to say this just off the cuff, because when I think back to, like, Modern Warfare 2, I remember the Washington Monument. I remember Modern Warfare 1 being the AC-130. Or was that Modern Warfare 2? No, I'm pretty sure it was Modern Warfare 1. I remember Modern Warfare 3 going in and, you know, seeing the New York Exchange stock market just getting absolutely obliterated by was it the Russian military? Like, all those things stuck out to me. Vietnam, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, bit into the future, but it was done right. It was done right. You had a good vision of the future. And then you get to go through modern day personal issues the entire way through, edgy. It didn't even feel like, you know, the emotions were there. It felt edgy the entire time, and I understand, you know, these characters, that's how they cope with what happened, like their dad being killed and all that, but it still felt like the emotions the characters went through were just edgy. You go back to Modern Warfare 2, and like I said, the video link in the description, you go down and watch it, you can hear the voice acting just go from, you know, Whiskey Bravo Charlie, this is evac point, Washington Monument, we're crossing support fire. They're slowly going to go down into, we lost civilians, they're taking up arms, we need help, we're losing people. Like, it got real. It felt like something you would hear on the radio. Black Ops 3 comes around, and it's just not there. There's no emotion behind what's happening. And then you go into Infinite Warfare. Full disclosure, I did not play that campaign. I played the first mission. I did not like it at all. I could tell, and I know, judging book by its cover, the first mission, you shouldn't be doing that, but I had to, because it felt way too cut, copy, paste from Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and now Infinite Warfare. Not even the fact it's exosuits, just the fact that it's, you know, a military that's fighting, and you're thrown into the middle of a battle, and it's just simple, you know, oh, now we're going to space, and when you got into space, yeah, that was in the future. It wasn't meant to feel real. It wasn't meant to feel something that you could compare yourself to, but it felt lazy. Like, oh, we want to take this whole thing into space and, you know, be able to have people go to different missions and choose, almost like Mass Effect. How do we do that? Oh, just get them, shoot them in space. At the end of mission 1 or 2. It felt wrong. I don't know. It didn't feel the same. And at this point, I go into World War II, and you can feel that love again, in my opinion. Again, I've only played the first mission. I'll be playing the second one soon. And you should be seeing all this time World War II gameplay in background. But you could feel the emotions in at least the first mission. And I'm sure as time goes on, I've heard only good things about this campaign. They gave it the love it deserves. They gave it the care and attention it needs. Seeing it in World War II, and now they've like gone back and redone everything, but redone it modern and new. It's just done right. It feels like Call of Duty again, and I love it. You watch the Black Ops 4 trailer, and it's just depressing. They've taken one of the best campaigns was Black Ops 1. Modern Warfare 2 has a special place in my heart. Modern Warfare 1 was good, not I guess as good as Modern Warfare 2 in my opinion. As controversial as that is or is not, I don't know. But Black Ops 1 was my favorite campaign because of, like, you learn with Mason, and as he learned, you learned. And it felt good. It felt good to be able to put yourself in that man's shoes. But now, the king of COD campaigns has just died. There's nothing. You know what I mean? They've cut out campaign because the player base isn't there. You look at the trophies, how many people earn the trophies for World War II, and how people supposedly aren't playing campaigns. I'm sorry, Treyarch, they're not playing your campaigns. They're playing World War II. They're playing all older CODs. They're just not playing your modern day games because you've lost the love. You've lost the touch. That's not who you are anymore. And their folding of campaign, I don't care about Battle Royale. I don't care about multiplayer. I don't care about zombies. I care about campaign. I mean, I care about zombies. But, like, I don't care how popular something is. You can make it popular again. Look at Sledgehammer. They made supposedly one of the most cliche campaigns with Advanced Warfare. And then you come over here, and it's one of the best in years. Since Modern Warfare 2, probably, I've heard. It's real. It's there. You love it. You care for it. And you can see they did the same. Treyarch, you didn't do that. You neglected the campaign of Black Ops 3 to wean us off so that when you make Black Ops 4, it's just not there. And I understand the campaign of Black Ops 3 has its fans. I was a fan too. But in comparison to the old Treyarch, to Modern Warfare, which you have to do in my opinion, I'm sorry, you have to compare Black Ops to Modern Warfare. You in the beginning of both series, you felt the love, but as time went on, it just wasn't there anymore. And now with their cutting of campaign, they're proving they're giving EA more fuel. EA saying nobody plays single player games anymore. I'm sorry, look at Fallout 4. Alright, look at God of War. Look at any single player game on the Steam Marketplace. People care about the story and lore and experiences that they feel. Look at Dark Souls. Heck, that game is one of the most popular games of all time. And yet EA has the tenacity to say, oh yeah, well no one's playing the games anymore. That's not single player games. That's not how this works, EA. It's not how any of this works. And now with Black Ops 4, I don't see how Infinity Ward is going to make a good Call of Duty campaign. I don't. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy Black Ops 4. I like Battle Royale. I look at Battle Royale as a genre, not a game series. And, I mean, I'm not a game mode, but a game series. I like Battle Royale. I think it's fun. If it's good enough, I'll get it. But I'm sure as heck not buying Black Ops 4 just for the botched attempt at a Rainbow Six Siege / Overwatch crossover. I'm not going to buy Black Ops 4 for the lack of care in a zombies story. I don't care if all we know are the maps. That's another thing, by the way, with Treyarch especially, as time went on, they started using cop-outs all over the place in zombie storyline. Start World at War, Jimmy Zelensky, you know, Nazi experiments, creating the zombie virus that spread all over the globe. Black Ops World at War, Black Ops 1, that same Nazi scientist, Dr. Edward Richtofen, was leading a group of men that were brainwashed by him and Dr. Ludwig Maxis, you know? Group 935, making the Wunderwaffe DG2 for the people up in the, you know, Nazi headquarters, like, you know, the Third Reich. They were making it in Group 95 for the war effort, but eventually no war existed because it was just zombies. But as Black Ops 2 came around, it started to feel wrong. Like, Mom of the Dead is my favorite map of all time. And that was a good self-contained story. But with Die Rise and the new characters and the way they tried to connect it back, it was good, but it didn't feel original. It goes back to that whole idea. They brought back old elements, but it almost feels like they used it as a crutch and not something to push themselves over the edge. And Black Ops 3 comes around, now at this point you're using cop-outs all over the place. It's all a loop. You have God who's making everything. You have the devil who's making everything. The Shadow Man and whatever his name is. I can't remember the guy. The God guy from Black Ops 3, and I did the Revelations Easter egg. It just Monty, Dr. Monty. It felt like they didn't want to really write anymore. And with this one, now it's not even like based in any essence of reality. It's just magic. Like, oh, how zombies come around? Magic. Why are they on to take magic? Why is a guy on the Titanic with the magic? It's everything has an explanation. That's a one-word answer. Whether it's magic, whether it's plot necessity, the zombie story has died, in my opinion. I don't get why they're trying to. I mean, no, that's wrong. I get why they're selling it the way they are. That's marketing. I respect business and marketing practices. I can't. But I can't respect when you take what you've created, stories that will last the test of time, and you just say, we're done. You throw in the towel instead of trying to make it new. I'm not mad at Treyarch. I'm mad at Activision because, at least I want to be mad at Activision, not Treyarch. Because from what I've heard, Treyarch had a good campaign, or at least a campaign, but since it wasn't going to be able to make the cut time for November, which apparently they're doing a November, October. A October release so that they could avoid Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, that's according to what I've read online. Because they want to release Black Ops 4 and not compete with Red Dead Redemption 2 because they know how much of a juggernaut Rockstar is. They had to cut the campaign instead. I don't know if they replaced it with Battle Royale. I don't know what happened there, but they cut it because they couldn't make time. I'm sorry, Activision, but you know what? You can wait a year. You can push it back and at least respect the player base like me who have taken BS for basically a decade and just got all these awful things said to them because they defend the Call of Duty campaigns because it means to them so much. How it matters what a story says, what the characters say, how it's done, what the little Easter eggs in the campaign are. That matters to me. And then you come over here and you just rear end us with nothing but shame. You just shame us. You tell us F you. There's not enough of you apparently, even though there are. There would be enough if you made better campaigns and made the love in it again. And you just don't even respect us by doing anything. It's disgraceful. It's shameful. And I really don't want to buy Black Ops 4. But again, if it has a good enough, if I see that they've changed zombies enough where maybe they made the story, I'm not going to judge it right now. I'm just saying I'm not liking what I see so far, but maybe there's love put in the zombie story. Maybe there's a great thing that sets this Battle Royale mode out from the rest. Maybe the multiplayer is great. I don't know. I can't tell you. But it's not the same. It's not the same without a campaign. I'd rather not buy it. I would like to boycott COD this year. But if I don't buy it, this will be the first year in a long time I've not bought a COD game. It's sad. It's sad that the Call of Duty campaign has fallen so far from a lack of care and an increase in corporatization, which in my opinion is what happened. After the heyday with Black Ops 2, or Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, you could tell as COD became more and more popular, more corporatized basically, with esports and money being involved, they started to get lazy and just do what's quickest. Like, people want a story, here's a story. It wasn't, people want a story, here's a story, and here's a guy screaming over the radio about how the civilians are taking up arms, but you'll never see that in game. Here's a story where you have a man pulling on every single string in the entire world just because he has so much power behind the scenes. It's now just, the guy's powerful because he's powerful, not he rose himself up. It's just different now. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm sure I've ruffled a lot of feathers with this, especially my comments about multiplayer. I'm sorry, Ghost was good, alright? Ghost had the best multiplayer in my opinion. I loved it. Black Ops 2 had great multiplayer too, but Ghost just had a special place in my heart because I had a lot of great friends to play it with. And it's just, I don't want to buy Black Ops 4, and I'm probably not going to, so. Anyways, guys, that's my take on the fall of the Call of Duty campaign. Hopefully, Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't disappoint, where it's a prequel of Red Dead Redemption 1. Hopefully, Fallout 76 gives us something new, and gives us something exciting and tantalizing with some story from a point of view we've never seen. And hopefully, these new single-player games prove everyone wrong, and they tell Treyarch, hey, F you, single player still matters to the player base, our player base, and they matter to us. We're going to give them what they want, and then give the others what they want, like multiplayer and all those extra modes, so. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave your comments in the comments. I would love to see your guys' take on this. It's sad, it's lonely almost. to be over here and be so upset with the lack of care in campaigns. But I hope at least someone out there agrees with me, at least a little. If not, I'm not looking for an echo chamber. That's okay. I totally understand. So, again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Show support if you want to make more videos just like this one. And subscribe to the NCK. That's all I have for you. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope I always remember to keep on crusading. Take care, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. And goodbye.